Alright, it is Labor Day and we are headed towards Deer Creek Trail up past Montezuma. I'm on Highway 6 heading east, Summit Cove approaching on the right here, and we're going to take the Montezuma Road exit just as we come to Keystone. Okay, we are just passing Keystone, taking the Montezuma Road exit, and we're going to follow Montezuma Road all the way through Montezuma, and it will become Deer Creek Trail. Coming into Montezuma, the remnants of a once thriving mining town, 60 to 80 residents or so now, in its heyday had a population of around 800, rivaled Breckenridge as the go-to city in the county, built on mining, and when the mining industry kind of shut down in the area, of course the town dwindled, and it's actually kind of going through a renewal. They've recently had a grand opening for a school, its own school out here, and there's some home building going on. Great little location. Spectacular history to it, and it marks the beginning of our trek up Deer Creek Trail. So Webster Pass we've done. Deer Creek is straight ahead. If we go right at this intersection here, it takes us to St. John, and actually Deer Creek and St. John are going to connect. We're going to come back down St. John when we finish our trip, but this would be, if you just want to do the St. John Trail, this is where you would go. Coming up onto the entryway of Deer Creek Trail, and for the winter, of course, and during the snowmelt season, this gate is closed, and this is as far as you can go up this trail until about late June, early July, depending on how severe the winter is. This lower area, the road conditions aren't too bad. Lots of embedded rock, loose gravel, rock ranging anywhere up to about 6 inches in diameter. A little bouncy. Ruts aren't too bad yet. So, a vehicle with any clearance, you don't even need four-wheel drive really at this point, but a vehicle with any good clearance is going to do okay in this lower part of the trail. The road's going to head into the woods for a little bit. It gets a little tight. Some up and down action in there, but standard SUV should fit through there just fine. And it's at this point that you would not want to proceed any further with your PT Cruiser. The road is getting a little more interesting with larger rocks and ruts, some dips, tight turns. At this point, you're definitely going to want to have your four-wheel drive engaged. This drive through the forested part of the trail is really a lot of fun. The road offers some interesting contours and shifts and changes. A little bit of a challenge. I wouldn't suggest this be your first four-wheel drive trip, but as you get a little experience, you'll definitely feel comfortable with this road and enjoy it. Coming out of the forest, going up a couple of switchbacks, this is the view you see down Deer Creek Trail. The canyon there that we drove through that. Across the ridge line you can discern a road. That's where we're going. So we'll do a turn around the mountain here and follow the ridge line all the way across to St. John. And it actually intersects with several other trails up there as well. We're getting towards the top of the peak. We're going to intersect with a couple of other trails. Swan Mountain Trail intersects with Deer Creek Trail up here, as do Radical Hill and St. John. We will take the little detour over to Radical Hill so we can log that as well. Interesting little hill. We're not going to drive it today. The alpine tundra is very beautiful up here. Lots of mosses and lichens that grow on the rock. High altitude grasses and flowers. It's a very fragile environment, semi-bog, a lot of it. And so you want to keep your vehicle off the tundra and on the road. And this is the end of Deer Creek Trail. We've now come to the intersection with the North Fork of the Swan Mountain Trail and St. John Road. We're going to take St. John back around, and it'll take us across the ridge line and drop us down to some old mining ruins and back into the town of Montezuma. We are coming to the end of St. John and Glacier Mountain Trails. As I mentioned before, we came in the other side, so this actually, where we are coming out, would be the entrance for most people. If this was the trail you were going to do, this would be the entrance point. And it's right in the community of St. John's, of Montezuma rather. You'll see a sign that points to St. John. Follow it up and enjoy the views.